As we age, every year becomes more precious.
You've worked hard your entire life,
Raised families, built careers, and now you deserve to enjoy these golden years to their fullest. But what if I told you that most seniors are missing out on one of the simplest, most powerful ways to extend their lives by up to 5 years? It's not an expensive medication. It's not a complicated exercise routine. It's not even a restrictive diet that takes all the joy out of eating. It's something so simple that 99% of seniors overlook it completely, a bedtime habit that takes just minutes but could add years to your life. In this video, we're going to reveal this powerful habit and explain exactly how it works, why most doctors don't talk about it, and how you can start implementing it tonight. By the end, you'll understand not just what to do but how this simple practice affects your body at a cellular level, improving everything from your heart health to your brain function. Stay with us until the end because we'll also share the 3 common mistakes that nullify the benefits entirely, and you'll want to make sure you're not making any of them. If you apply what you learned today correctly, you could be extending your lifespan while improving the quality of those added years. Now, let's discover the bedtime habit that could change everything. The life-extending bedtime habit that 99% of seniors miss is something our ancestors understood intuitively but modern society has largely forgotten: deep, rhythmic breathing. Not just the shallow breathing we do automatically throughout the day, but intentional, structured breathing that activates your body's natural healing mechanisms. Think about 2 friends, Martha and Helen, both 72 years old. Martha rushes through her evening routine, brushes her teeth quickly, and collapses into bed, her mind still racing with worries about tomorrow. She tosses and turns, eventually falling into a restless sleep that leaves her feeling tired the next morning. Helen, on the other hand, has a different approach. After getting ready for bed, she sits on the edge of her mattress, closes her eyes, and spends just 7 minutes doing deep, rhythmic breathing. She inhales slowly through her nose for a count of 4, holds briefly, and exhales for a count of 6. As she does this, she feels the tension melting away from her body, her mind becoming calmer, and her heart rate slowing down. When she finally lays down,
she falls asleep quickly and stays asleep throughout the night.
The difference in how they feel the next day is dramatic, but what's happening inside their bodies is even more surprising. With each deep breath, Helen is activating her parasympathetic nervous system, what scientists call the rest and digest mode.
This reduces inflammation,
lowers stress hormones like cortisol, and triggers cellular repair processes that literally slow down aging. Over months and years, this simple habit creates profound differences. Martha continues to experience the accelerated aging that comes with chronic stress and poor sleep, while Helen's body maintains better cardiovascular health, stronger immune function, and even improved brain connectivity. But the benefits go beyond just feeling better. Research has shown that proper breathing techniques before bed can lower blood pressure by 5 to 10 points without medication,
reduce the risk of stroke and heart attack by up to 30%,
improve oxygen delivery to cells throughout the body, enhance natural production of melatonin for better sleep, stimulate the lymphatic system to remove toxins. Each of these benefits alone would be significant, but together they create a powerful anti-aging effect that can literally add years to your life, and all from a habit that takes just 7 minutes before you go to sleep. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable,
please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Now let's move forward. You might be wondering, how can something as simple as breathing add years to your life? The answer lies in fascinating scientific research that most people never hear about. When you practice deep, rhythmic breathing before bed, you're not just relaxing, you're actually changing your body's biochemistry. Let me explain how this works. With each deep breath, you increase the oxygen saturation in your blood. This might not sound remarkable, but for seniors, it's crucial. As we age, our lung capacity naturally decreases. By age 70, many people are using only 60% of their potential lung capacity. This means less oxygen reaches your cells, and oxygen is the fundamental fuel that powers every function in your body. Consider 2 men, Robert and James, both 75 years old. Robert goes to bed each night without giving much thought to his breathing. Over time, his nighttime oxygen levels have gradually declined, not enough to cause immediate problems, but enough to accelerate aging processes throughout his body. James, however, spends 7 minutes before bed practicing deep breathing exercises. With each breath, he's increasing the oxygen saturation in his blood by up to 10%. This means his heart doesn't have to work as hard to deliver oxygen to his tissues. His brain receives more of the oxygen it needs to repair neural connections while he sleeps, and his cells can perform their nightly repair work more efficiently. Here's what's happening at a cellular level during those 7 minutes. First, deep breathing activates the vagus nerve, the longest nerve in your autonomic nervous system. When stimulated through proper breathing, it immediately begins reducing inflammation throughout your body. Chronic inflammation is now recognized as the root cause of most age-related diseases, from heart disease to dementia. Second, this breathing pattern triggers a significant drop in cortisol, your primary stress hormone. High cortisol levels accelerate aging by breaking down tissues, weakening your immune system, and disrupting sleep. By lowering cortisol before bed, you're creating the optimal conditions for cellular repair to occur during the night. Third, and perhaps most remarkable, research has shown that proper breathing techniques can actually influence your telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA that shorten as you age. One study found that people who practiced regular breathing exercises had longer telomeres than their age-matched peers, a literal slowing of the aging clock at a genetic level. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. Now let's move forward. Now that you understand why this bedtime habit is so powerful, let's talk about exactly how to do it. The good news is that this 7-minute protocol is simple enough for anyone to follow, regardless of your current health or mobility level. Here's the step-by-step process. 1. Sit on the edge of your bed or in a comfortable chair in your bedroom. Keep your back straight but not rigid. 2. Place one hand on your chest and one hand on your stomach. This will help you feel whether you're breathing correctly. 3. Begin by exhaling completely through your mouth, emptying your lungs entirely. 4. Close your mouth and inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. You should feel your stomach rise under your hand, not your chest. This ensures you're breathing deeply into your diaphragm. 5. Hold the breath gently for a count of 1. 6. Exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6, feeling your stomach fall. 7. Repeat this cycle for 7 minutes, about 40 to 50 breath cycles. That's it. No special equipment, no complicated movements, just focused breathing that activates all the life-extending mechanisms we've discussed. Think about Helen and Richard, both in their late 70s. Helen has mobility issues from arthritis and can't do many physical exercises, but she can sit comfortably and practice this breathing technique. Richard is more physically active but suffers from high blood pressure. Both of them can benefit equally from this protocol because it works with your body's natural systems rather than putting strain on them. As you practice this technique, you might notice a few things happening. Your mind will likely wander at first. When this happens, gently bring your focus back to your breath without judging yourself. You might feel slightly lightheaded during the first few sessions. This is normal and happens because your body is adjusting to higher oxygen levels. If this occurs, simply take a break and resume when you feel ready. Within a few days, you'll likely notice you're falling asleep more easily and waking up feeling more refreshed. Within weeks, many people report improvements in their blood pressure, digestive function, and mental clarity. After several months of consistent practice, the anti-aging effects begin to accumulate, potentially adding those precious years to your life. The key to success is consistency. This isn't something you do once a week or when you remember. It needs to become as automatic as brushing your teeth. Those 7 minutes before bed, every night, are an investment in years of healthier living. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 3 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Now that you understand the technique, let's talk about the 3 common mistakes that can completely negate the benefits. These are the pitfalls that cause many people to try breathing exercises but miss out on their life-extending effects. Mistake number 1, breathing too quickly. The most common mistake people make is rushing through their breathing. Remember, this isn't about taking as many breaths as possible in 7 minutes, it's about the quality and rhythm of each breath. Consider Margaret, an 82-year-old who heard about breathing exercises and decided to try them. She sits down each night and breathes in and out quickly, thinking that more breaths equal more benefit. But by breathing too fast, she's actually activating her sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight response, rather than the parasympathetic system that promotes healing and longevity. The solution is simple: focus on slowing down each breath. If the 4-count inhale and 6-count exhale we recommended feels too long at first, start with whatever counts feel comfortable and gradually extend them. The key is that your exhale should be longer than your inhale. This is what triggers the parasympathetic response that adds years to your life. Mistake number 2, chest breathing instead of diaphragmatic breathing. The second mistake is breathing from your chest rather than your diaphragm. When you breathe from your chest, you're only using the upper portion of your lungs, which limits oxygen intake and fails to activate the vagus nerve properly. Think about William, who faithfully does his breathing exercises each night but doesn't see improvements in his sleep or energy levels. What he doesn't realize is that he's breathing from his chest. You can tell because his shoulders rise with each breath rather than his stomach. To avoid this mistake, place one hand on your chest and one on your stomach when you begin. Make sure it's your stomach hand that rises with each inhale. This ensures you're breathing from your diaphragm, which maximizes oxygen intake and properly stimulates the vagus nerve. Mistake number 3, using electronic devices right before or after. The third mistake is one that almost everyone makes in today's world, using phones, tablets, or watching TV immediately before or after your breathing practice. Consider Susan, who does her breathing exercises correctly but checks her phone one last time right after finishing. The blue light from her screen immediately triggers her brain to produce cortisol and suppresses melatonin production, essentially undoing much of the benefit she just created. For this 7-minute protocol to truly add years to your life, it needs to be the last active thing you do before sleep. No checking emails, no scrolling through social media, no watching just one more TV show after you finish. The transition from your breathing practice to sleep should be as seamless as possible. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. Now let's move forward. While the 7-minute breathing protocol alone can add years to your life, there are several ways to enhance its effects even further. These are simple additions that take very little extra time but can multiply the benefits significantly. First, consider adding gentle hand movements to your practice. As you inhale, slowly open your hands with your palms facing upward. As you exhale, gently close them. This subtle movement helps focus your mind and enhances the relaxation response. Studies have shown that coordinating movement with breath can increase the vagal tone, the activity of your vagus nerve, by up to 30%. Second, incorporate gratitude into your practice. During the last minute of your breathing exercise, bring to mind 3 things you're grateful for from your day. This isn't just good for your mood. Research has shown that experiencing gratitude while in a relaxed state actually changes your heart rhythm patterns, creating what scientists call heart coherence. This state has been linked to improved immune function, better hormonal balance, and yes, increased longevity. Third, make your bedroom a sanctuary for this practice. Remove clutter, keep the lighting dim,
and consider using essential oils like lavender that have been shown to deepen relaxation.
Your environment plays a crucial role in how effectively your body can shift into its healing state. Think about Eleanor and James, both in their mid-70s. Eleanor does her breathing exercises in a cluttered room with bright lighting, while James has created a calm, dedicated space for his practice. The difference in benefits they receive isn't just psychological, it's physiological. James's environment supports his body's transition into the parasympathetic state, while Eleanor's environment works against it. If you can incorporate even one of these enhancements, you'll be maximizing the life-extending benefits of your nightly practice. And remember, these aren't complicated or expensive changes. They're simple additions that align with what your body naturally needs to thrive as you age. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 5 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Let me share with you some real-life examples of how this simple bedtime habit has transformed lives. These aren't just theoretical benefits, they're actual experiences from people who have added this 7-minute protocol to their nightly routine. Take Harold, a 79-year-old retired teacher who had been struggling with high blood pressure for years. Despite taking medication, his numbers remained stubbornly high, hovering around 155/90. After learning about the breathing technique,
He decided to give it a try.
though he was skeptical that something so simple could make a difference. Within 3 weeks of practicing the 7-minute protocol every night, Harold noticed something remarkable. His morning readings had dropped to 138/82. By the 2-month mark, he was consistently measuring 128/76, and his doctor was able to reduce his medication dosage.
More importantly,
Harold reported feeling more energetic during the day and sleeping better than he had in years.
Then there's Martha, 68, who had been experiencing what she called senior moments, forgetting names,
misplacing items,
and struggling to concentrate. These memory lapses were beginning to worry her and affect her confidence.
Martha began the breathing practice primarily hoping to sleep better.
But what she discovered was far more significant. After about 6 weeks of consistent practice, Martha noticed she was having an easier time remembering details. Her mind felt clearer, her thoughts more organized. When she mentioned this to her doctor, he explained that deep breathing increases blood flow to the brain and reduces inflammation, 2 factors critical for maintaining cognitive function as we age. Perhaps most remarkable is the story of Richard, 84, who had been told by his doctor that his heart function was declining and he should prepare for the inevitable. Richard's ejection fraction, a measure of how well your heart is pumping, had dropped to a concerning level. Determined to fight back, Richard incorporated the breathing technique into his nightly routine without fail. 6 months later, medical tests showed a measurable improvement in Richard's heart function. His ejection fraction had improved by 7 percentage points, something his doctor had thought impossible at his age.
"I don't know if this will give me 5 more years,"
Richard said, "but I do know I'm feeling better now than I did a year ago, and that's good enough for me." These stories share a common thread: consistency. Harold, Martha, and Richard didn't see results overnight. They committed to the practice every single night,
making it as much a part of their routine as brushing their teeth.
And over time, their bodies responded with remarkable resilience. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable,
please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here.
Now let's move forward. As we come to the end of this video, I want you to take a moment and truly consider what we've discussed. Adding potentially 5 years to your life isn't about just extending time. It's about giving yourself the gift of 1,825 more days to enjoy with those you love, to see grandchildren grow, to experience sunrises and sunsets, to simply be present in this beautiful world. And all of this possible benefit comes from investing just 7 minutes each night in a simple practice that costs nothing, requires no special equipment, and can be done by nearly anyone, regardless of their current health or mobility. Think about what you were doing 5 years ago. Think about all the meaningful moments you've experienced since then. Now imagine having that same opportunity ahead of you, 5 more years that might otherwise have been lost. This isn't about cheating death or denying the natural process of aging. It's about giving your body the support it needs to function optimally for as long as possible. It's about quality as much as quantity, because those additional years mean little if you don't have the health to enjoy them. The breathing protocol we've shared today doesn't just potentially extend your life, it enhances the life you're living right now. Better sleep, reduced pain, improved mood, enhanced brain function. These benefits begin appearing long before those extra years are realized.
And perhaps the most beautiful aspect of this practice is that it connects us with something humans have known intuitively for thousands of years.
Ancient wisdom traditions from around the world have taught that breath is life. The very word spirit comes from the Latin spiritus, meaning breath. In many ways, this 7-minute protocol is simply a return to what our ancestors understood, that how we breathe affects how we live. So tonight, before you go to sleep, I invite you to try this simple practice. Sit comfortably, place one hand on your stomach, exhale completely, and begin the gentle rhythm of breath that could change everything. 4 counts in, 1 count hold, 6 counts out. Do this for 7 minutes, and then transition peacefully to sleep. It might feel strange at first. You might forget to do it some nights, but if you can make this a consistent part of your evening routine, you may be giving yourself the most precious gift possible: more time to live,
love,
and experience all that this life has to offer. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe,
and share.
Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you.
Thanks for watching.
And we look forward to seeing you in the next video.